everybody. It's your girl, Pajama Life. And today, happy back to school time. It's that time of year where people are trying to have no tax holiday shopping and getting your books, but don't drop your books and forget the lessons. So we have some fun movies and TV shows to watch. We're going to talk about Champions on Peacock, as well as Gray Matter on Max, and the little superhero show, Supa Team 4. But I couldn't do it without my bros over here. So why don't we start with our guru of all things Marvel and Tolkien. Say hey to everybody, Patrick.
Hey everybody, hope you're all staying cool. In Kansas, it is 108 at this point in the evening, so it's a little on the hot side, and it will be there till Thursday, according to the National Weather Service. So I'm hoping y'all are doing what I'm doing, staying in my icy house, because that's what we do.
And our professor of all things Star Wars and collectibles, say hey to David in his pirate gear today.
Arg, everybody. Great to be with you. It's 108 degrees in Lawrence, Kansas. That's rock heat stroke, Jayhawk. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Great to be with you here. I don't know if the shows are going to be as hot as the weather is in America's heartland, but we will endeavor to talk about it tonight.
Well, I think they'll be super hot. So let's check out a super hot movie, Champions, on Peacock.
You relax. I do 10 of these DUI cases a day, Miss Marakovich. This is going to be quick and hopefully painless.
90 days community service. Coaching adults with intellectual disabilities at the Friends Association.
I'm your homie with an extra chromie.
That is one funky muss you got going there, brother.
Marcus, they're Special Olympics athletes. You don't have to turn them into the Lakers. They just need to feel like a team.
Where did you get this guy?
He just showed up one day.
Now you're playing as a team.
Coach, this doesn't feel right.
You're gonna need to see a trainer.
Hey!
Patrick, tell us what you think of Champions.
I really like this show. It was well done. It had a lot of heart. It was just, but a little derivative. I mean, it is the Bad News Bears playing basketball instead of baseball, more or less. It's you take somebody, go in, you're going to turn around this kind of awkward or wrong team and make them into something. It felt very Bad News Bear, but I enjoyed it. I'm not trying to take anything away from it. I did enjoy it a lot. Woody Harrelson did a nice job. I mean, he really shined a lot more than he really had kind of a little bit more of a soft, gooey center than you in some of his later movies that we've seen him in recently. So I loved it.
Yeah, David, what'd you think?
Well, sign me up for any basketball movie.
Yeah, that's right.
It makes me kind of think of some of the other basketball movies out there that I've seen over the years. Bad News Bears, Mighty Ducks. It's got that, that feel. I mean, it's kind of like, here's the scene and we just kind of fill it in with the new thing. I've seen that with the finger. Oh man, that's real and that's hurt. And man, it's creepy when you see someone wagging their finger and it's going in the wrong direction. Woody Harrelson's good. I thought there was a lot of heart in this. I'm a little on the fence on whether or not someone would say that this is. I think there's some folks out there, maybe they're too sensitive, that could say that it's a little exploitative of the act. I don't necessarily think that I fully feel that way, but I always kind of I am concerned sometimes with some of the films with folks with the disabilities. But Woody was great. if you like the story of the lonesome loser, the bad news bear, if you will, this is definitely a nice update for 2023.
Well, no, these kids don't know what bad news bears are. You're talking about 30, 40 years ago now. But
we're showing what our demographic.
Well, we went to those movies, and if you got us on here, we're obviously going to make comparisons.
Those kids are grandparents now. But,
reruns, come on.
But, this is a real... I think I have an issue with someone saying it's exploitive because I think they were very sensitive to the folks in the movie. And Bobby Farrelly and the Farrelly brother, something about Mary and Me, Myself, and Irene, and one of the brothers did the Green Book. So I think they've always handled people with disabilities. There's always been someone with disabilities in their movies. And I think they've handled them very sensitively. And I think this movie really does handle the subject matter very sensitively. And it's a really positive little uplifting kind of movie with a surprising kind of twist at the end. Which is right up the alley of the Farrelly brothers. And I think it's something definitely the whole family could watch. I think it has a really good message. There's some language in there from everybody. So it's not just, but these are adults too. You have to think about these are adults. And so, some of the situations are a little bit more adult than I was expecting, but it was definitely something I think the whole family could watch and enjoy. So definitely check out Champions. All right, up next is the superhero action series, which is a really interesting take on 4 girls being recruited as superheroes in Lusaka. And so this is the first kind of African themed superhero cartoon that we've seen in Supa Team 4. Let's take a look.
I have been observing you keenly for weeks. From what I have gathered, it is clear that you are the elite super squad I need to help save Lusaka. Huh? Suit up!
We are going to do that thing in the action movies where you only attack one at a time, right?
Behold me and all my galore!
If you actually hurt a student physically, mentally, emotionally, or even metaphorically, then you will be expelled.
David, what did you think?
In a word, adorable.
I know, right?
I thought this was really fun. The animation was really cool. You see the different styles of animation. This isn't one that I'm as familiar with, so I thought that was a newness, a freshness that really was nice as an adult. I thought this was neat stuff that I think a lot of young people would enjoy, in my mind. And I think it kind of channeled a little bit because of its setting and everything. It says, a little bit like Black Panther. And I think kind of gives someone a little bit of that pride in a part of the world that gets, when we hear about it in the news, bad stuff happening. When we hear about it in history books, it's kind of minimized. This was a really nice way of portraying the heroine's great girl story, fun story, big hit. I found, again, adorable is the best word for me.
Me too. I just thought this was really fresh and really, the animation really was beautiful. And the the stories, it's a series, so there were different episodes with different little villains and an overarching villain. But I thought it was really well done. I thought the stories were interesting. I was surprised. I thought it was more dealt with more things going on in Africa right now in Lusaka about the environment and energy and conservation. And I thought that the heroines were typical girls like you would see in any part of the world, teenage girls going through the same stuff teenage girls go through. So I thought this was really fun, beautifully done. I think it's something the whole family could watch, no problem. It's probably geared towards maybe preteens and little younger, but definitely I think everybody should take a look at it, and something that you can sit your kids down and watch and definitely pop in and be entertained. Pat, did you have a chance to look at?
Well, I tried.
Yeah.
10 minutes into it, I'm like, oh my God, it's Paw Patrol. And I just was like, the animation was too Paw Patrol, and there was nothing that hooked me early in. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not going through a series of this. So I passed. I respect everybody else's opinions, but I just was like, no, not for me. I'm not 12 anymore, so it wasn't a good. It didn't appeal to me. And like I said, I have kids that went through those ages, and I walked through the shows and I saw them, and I tried to act interested, but it wasn't. It just wasn't me. I was watching Johnny Sacco and Giant Robot and Ultraman and stuff like that at that age. So yeah, it wasn't me.
Well, we liked it.
Fair enough. I didn't have enough to make a big impression because I was like, yeah, I'm not tying that kind of time up into something I obviously was not interested in.
Yeah. And just like last week, Twisted Metal's not my demographic. So I think, you have things that hit you certain ways. And I think that, but I really think this is something the whole family could watch. It is definitely a take not seen in a lot of cartoons. So that would be good to have a conversation, maybe talk about some geography with your kids, and then have a cute little superhero show featuring girl superheroes. So definitely girls and all types of people could watch Super Team 4 on Netflix. Okay, final pick is the telekinesis superhero kind of drama, Gray Matter. Ooh.
Where am I?
You're someplace safe.
How did I get here?
Most psionics I detect young, at 5 or 6. But here you are, in your teens, and I know nothing about you.
Not like normal people, Ro.
Can I ask you about your abilities? That's good.
None of this is real. None of this is real.
He is such a sin.
Aren't our TikTok famous yet?
Trust your power.
Training, that's what you do here.
It is. And I can already tell that you're exceptional.
Oh, okay. Pat, what did you think of Gray Matter?
Terrible. It was terrible. I mean, oh my God, it was Stranger Things, but not as interesting. I mean, it was very
Stranger Things.
As far as we have a person who's got this special power. We're trying to bring him back in. You had the bald guy, which is a typical bad guy trope, which I find very offensive. But except for Jason Statham, he kind of gets away with it a lot. Anyway, but it was just, it just felt. I mean, we went over this ground so many times. It just felt like the same old, same old, same old. And I mean, the young actress they had playing the lead, she was interesting. I think she did a good job with what she was given, which wasn't a lot. The big spoiler, when she wins, because that's what they do in these kind of movies. When she wins at the very end, and the way she did that, I thought, well, that's pretty good. That was a solid move, you know. But other than that, it was just,
I thought it was horrible.
It was terrible.
I was like, boy, this is dark. And
for giggles, just FYI, and I generally don't do this. I just wonder, what did everybody else think of this? Just because every now and then I'll drop over to Rotten Tomatoes, and this is the lowest score I've ever seen in my life. I was impressed.
Really? This was lower?
17%.
Oh, wow. I don't know if it was 17% low, but
I'm saying it was 17% low, and it was terrible. Terrible.
Nah. David, what'd you think?
Well, I'm going to keep us in a consistent pattern here. When we think about derivative, Stranger Things, and it wasn't that great to me. I saw an article recently asking the question, do we have superhero fatigue? And I would put that in this genre with the special powers and all. And I'd say maybe we do, or they just haven't come up with any more creative ideas with the right people and the right cast with the right script. And it's probably going to be a little bit of time between now and when the next good one might show up. So a little disappointing. I think our foursome of superheroes was a little more fun than the Grey Matter. Not to be confused with Hercule Poirot's Little Grey Cells, which I'm watching on my Prime.
I don't know about that, but this is one of those I started to think of as pandemic movie. It's just kind of the mood is just kind of depressed. It's like low energy, like
all thing as a weakened Bruce Willis to have a
and it was just not a great vibe to the movie. I was just kept waiting for like action, because think about if you think about mutants, this was kind of like early X-Men kind of.
It was a worse version. It was a worse version of the New Mutants.
Yeah,
and that was a terrible movie.
I think that, and I love kind of psionics, right? Like telekinesis and teleportation and all that kind of stuff. I love seeing those kind of movies, but I think it's the direction, because it was just like low energy. There weren't very many people in it. That's why I think it might have been filmed like during the pandemic or something. And it was just like these three people, and they were just kind of like negative. Mom was like negative, but it could have been it was what the kid thought of the mom. That kind of perspective, when we're that age, you always think your mom's being mean and whatever, but it was just like, why is this mom always like tense and yelling at her kid and not being very loving and kind? And I'm like, oh, bad. No wonder she did what she did. She was just like, just snapped. So I was like, oh, come on. Let's like, and I watched it because, your girl will give something an extra look just to make sure. It's a little bit better on a second viewing, but not much. It's just, no. No.
That was a sympathy no. It wasn't the normal trash.
Yeah.
To know and love. It was like, no.
I
feel for you.
No.
I'm impressed with your fortitude to watch it a second time. Let's just put it.
It was.
Way to go. Good job.
I'm trying to support. But I just no.
Make
it's
better
not
movies.
That great.
There you go. That's all I gotta say.
It's not great, so you could pass. We watch it, so you don't have to. So you can skip Gray Matter. Yep. Yeah, so that's it for us on the movie front for this week. Next week, it's here, people. After a long summer of waiting, it's here. Ahsoka Tano is here in Ahsoka, as well as Asteroid City is finally out for streaming. So we'll take a look at that. And I'm going to make a change on the fly to, how about we watch Only Murders in the Building has started up, and so let's take a look at that. Okay. And I think that's a really great batch of fun and interesting movies. I know Ahsoka is a 2-episode drop next week, so you'll get hopefully 2 hours. I think it's probably an hour or a little more than an hour for the show, but we've been waiting, and so is everybody else. So what's her name? Dawson, Rosario Dawson. Woo, she got to bring it to hold up the whole Disney Plus network. So, David, what you thinking?
Well, I'm totally excited about Ahsoka, the Ghost. And if you're a Star Wars fan, you know what that is. The Ghost has it's already been kickstarted, over 10,000 orders for this galactic scale ship. You're going to see a lot of this ship, and we're going to talk a little bit about that as we talk about Ahsoka bringing the animated show to real life. I can't wait. It's going to be a long 48 hours. Comes out Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Wednesday morning.
That's
Tuesday
right.
night. So be there and be ready to go.
We might have to do a watch party. And watch it together. Pat, what you thinking?
Unfortunately, I will not be available next week, but I've seen two of those. I've seen the 2 movies already, and the two shows that are already out. The Asteroid City, I saw that in the theaters, and I've been watching Only Murders in the Building. And this is just the way it works. That Pam picks things that I love on weeks when I'm not there, and then she puts stuff on like this crap that I hate.
Recording
like this week. It's terrible. It's my life. It's just what it is.
Oh, what a baby head.
I'm down for all 3 of those. They're all, like I said, I've seen 2 of them already, and I've been rewatching Rebels to get myself all the way caught up on where we're at this point.
Well, I haven't watched Rebels, so
well, I've only been telling you for years now, so you know.
I know. I don't know if I'll have enough time to catch the whole series by the time.
I've seen some really good articles online that'll tell you like 10 essential episodes to watch before.
Okay.
And some of those are pretty decent. And I just got done watching the one where they go to the Temple on the Thaw. I'm talking to David. Quit listening, Pam. You know, and it's and you get James Earl Jones's voice back, and it's freaking amazing. So there you go. Okay, come back
and
in.
Billy D. Williams. I love the episode with Billy D. Williams.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of really good ones. Yeah, Rebels is delightful. It's only 3 seasons. Buckle down, Pam. Get into it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we'll see.
What do you got to do all day Monday and Tuesday? Come on. What do you got to do?
Yeah, my computer's down at work, so maybe.
Oh,
maybe that's the solution. All right, so we will be here, and I'll come in my Ahsoka gear, and we will have a good time, and we'll see you next time on PJama Live. Take care. Bye.